Hey, there we go. What's up, boys? Welcome back to another New World Wednesday. Streamlabs muted me there. Sorry about that. RedByrd, thank you so much for joining me. It's just me and Red. Peddler, unfortunately, has RL issues, but it's me and Red. So, Red, thank you so much for joining me. Boys, if you didn't know, Red is the owner of StudioLoot and New World Fans. Please, mate, introduce yourself if you'd like to.
Well, one of the owners of StudioLoot. let's not yeah, I'm not the sole owner, but yes, I am RedByrd. I host the New World to Go podcast. We let me get this right here. The New World to Go podcast. Also, we work on New World Fans, a website for obviously New World, and yeah, I'm a StudioLoot member. So it's a pleasure to be with you, Danny. Obviously, we're big fans of you, dude. We love you, brother. You were on our podcast one time.
Yeah.
We had a great time. So now it's time to return the favor. So I'm here on New World Wednesdays, and I'm ready, dude. I'm ready. I mean, we got to carry the show, dude. It's just us two.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, dude. Thanks so much for it. And, of course, thanks for inviting me on this New World to Go before. I think I mentioned to you. And, guys, if you didn't know, I was a fan of New World to Go. I was actually talking to Freiberg. I see him in chat yesterday, and he was like, StudioLoot, RedByrd. He's like, I know those guys. Those two guys that did the podcast, right? Like 18 months ago, like 2 years before New World came out. So you're still going, man. You're still enjoying New World? Like New World's still exciting for you?
Yeah, it's just pure stubbornness at this point, man. I mean, we're episode 85 this Sunday. You know, we always talk about like how we've literally had a podcast for 2 years over a game that doesn't exist. And dude, I'm excited that, you know, we're less than 2 weeks away now. So yeah, we love New World, obviously, and it's been fun putting on the show, and yeah, dude, we're looking for 85 more episodes. So
fantastic. Come on, Amazon, don't let us down. Keep the game going.
Yeah, please. September 28th. They've confirmed it like 4 times in tweets, so that's gotta mean something, I think, at this point.
No, fingers crossed. Okay, boys, so the plan tonight is we're going to be announcing some super special news, and it's kind of down below me already at the moment. It's down there. We're going to be talking about Red's open beta experience versus closed experience, what he's looking forward to on release, because it's actually coming. And then we'll get a bit of some questions fired at Red about, you know, what he's looking forward to in the game, what he wants to bring to the game, things like that. Sound good, Red?
Yeah, good. I think my light in the corner it's green, so it's messing up your audio, your video feed. I can change it to a different color. I think it's the green because of that. So, boys, RL has been absolutely insane for me. There we go. And I'm so sorry for such a terrible amateur start to today's show, Red. I'm sorry for letting you down, man. Boys, I'm gonna pick it up from now on. Let's make this work. No, bro. This is what this is, dude. Is karma, because if you remember, like when we recorded the podcast, like remember what were we using, like Zoom or something? It kept like cutting out, and then like so we'd have to go back and rejoin. I think we were using the free version at that time. So I was like, no, you can't do this for free, and it just cut off. We had to get you back in like 2 times.
I'll do an edit. We'll cut all this nonsense out.
Yeah. No one will ever know. Yeah.
Super. Okay, so I'll get straight into it. We'll the short story of such an awesome discussion over the last few weeks, boys, is I'm officially joining the StudioLoot team to support them with New World fans, creating content, and I'm super excited for the journey into New World with these boys. It's been awesome getting to know them over the last few months, and like I said, you know, listening to the podcast from before, so it's kind of it's been awesome, really. So yeah, thank you so much for the invite for the start, and yeah, I'm really excited to go forward.
Yeah, dude, I mean, obviously we've been meeting. I just about dumped water all over my keyboard. All right, no, we've been meeting over the past couple, weeks, and dude, I mean, we couldn't be more happy that you're joining us now, dude. We obviously have high hopes for New World with, we work on a website, a podcast, everything like that. So we're hoping like 10 years plus here in New World. And dude, we hope to have you with us all the way through, man. You're a great content creator, obviously, and anytime that we've had the chance to work with you, dude, it's been a pleasure. So it's good to have you finally officially on the team, man. So thanks for joining us, really.
No, man, I'm super excited. I'm super excited. And what you guys might start to see is, we've got some links down below. So the newworldfans.com website will be in, the Twitch. So make sure you boys are constantly checking that out. The links down below to StudioLoot. If you haven't checked them out yet, make sure you please go and do so on Twitch and obviously in YouTube. There'll be links there now. But with all that out of the way, let's jump in some New World chat, because I mean that's what everyone's here for, right? New World. So did you actually play the open beta, Red?
I played a little bit. I played for like 3 hours. Things are crazy for us right now, obviously, because I think the game is coming out officially. So we've been hard at work in the background. But I played for like 3 hours. Obviously, have been able to cover the patch notes extensively. And dude, I'm always impressed by the New World team and how well they listen to the community, the feedback that was given from the closed beta. A lot of the changes that they made in the open beta are, I think, really good for the game. The equip weight changes, the healing changes, all of those things make a ton of sense, obviously, if you played any amount of New World. And overall, dude, I thought the open beta, at least the changes that were made to the game, were really good.
Yeah, you touched on the equip load there. I think that was something for me that was like quite a big change. I was playing like before I played, the sort of 4 medium 1 light piece of gear. I was being that cheesy guy doing my light armor. So to actually roll in light gear in the open was really different. It was a lot harder, and I think the changes that they're putting in place are actually really doing well for the game. So yeah, I actually went pretty hard in the open. I got a higher level in the open than I did the closed beta. So in 2 days, yeah, I don't know what happened to me. I just went for it, and and I had a great time. But you're absolutely right. They've done so much in such a short period of time. So hopefully, I was gonna say, hopefully that's
like
for the good news for them launching.
Yeah, sorry. It's like a meme now, because I was like writing an equip weight, like, a guide, and Bordy kept telling me, like, you know what I mean? I told him, I was like, dude, they're definitely gonna have to change this. It's like, all the numbers look like pretty bad as far as like weighted towards like everybody wearing the same exact setup of armor. And he telling me like, yeah, dude, you're gonna write that guide, and then they're gonna change it. And I just kept being like, nah, dude, I'm gonna write that. And then all this, of course, I wasted like 20 hours on a guide.
There he is. He's laughing.
For nothing, yeah. But I'm glad they changed it, right? It's good for the game, and then I'll just have to spend another 20 hours writing, so no big deal,
Yeah. Was there anything that you found? Obviously, the equip guide was amazing. Was there anything else that you found in the open that not shocked you, but you were happy with the change?
And this is in the same like ballpark of armor, but I think it was necessary that they, what they did to chest armor, and then like normalize the weight of the helmet with your gloves and boots. I think that's like one of the big parts of the equip weight change that was so successful. Preventing people from, if you're gonna have, because all your resistance or most of your resistance is found in your chest piece. It's good now that it's. That choice is like one of the more important choices. So you can't, again, they're not going to have problems in the future with everybody wearing the same pieces of armor, I don't think, or we hope. I think the healing changes too were good, but I don't think it's completely over with the life staff, man. I think there's probably going to be even more changes, because I think it's still pretty viable to wear heavy armor and the life staff. So we'll see. At least they can't like get all the medium perks now, I guess. They have to be like fully heavy.
Yeah, one thing we found was that I ran heavy armor quite a bit, but anyone who was ranged, well, specifically an ice gauntlet or a fire staff, was just absolutely destroying. And a few people came onto stream and said the fire staff had like a ×4 damage thing or something like that. But I don't know if that was actually true or not. I don't know. But what it felt like is that the mage build was so strong early on, and I don't know if that was something maybe to do with the armor changes or something, but it's kind of shifted from like a frontline melee with your healers to a bit of a ranged setup right now. Well, in the open anyway. I don't know if you had a chance to see that.
Well, I did. I watched a lot of your stream, and I was surprised to see you had the Frost Gauntlet on, and because you're usually like, Great Axe Warhammer. And yeah, dude. I mean, obviously they're gonna keep tweaking the balance of all the weapon. I think it's gonna be kind of difficult for them to keep up with, given the fact that there's like I think 55 different combinations. I mean, obviously not all of them are going to be viable with the stat scaling and everything, but yeah, dude, I think it's just going to be a work in progress. They're just going to have to keep keep working on how things are balanced and go from there. But yeah, I did obviously think that I think the ice gauntlet was strong before, and now like with the light armor changes or the changes to armor, I think it's even more powerful because, like you said, I think to run melee, I think you're gonna have to wear like heavier armor, and then your mobility is gonna be really bad. So obviously, kiting is gonna be a viable play.
A thing. Yeah, I mean, we definitely saw that, and I think you've hit the nail on the head there. They'll keep tweaking, they'll keep balancing. I'm sure that will happen weeks after release and stuff like that. The more people play, and I think what we saw is that early game builds changed to late game builds and things like that. So we'll see as we grind to 60 in the first week of October, basically. See what changes.
Yeah, I know yeah, dude, for sure in a week, no doubt. We're all getting there, man.
Well, level 60. So we'll move on. I think I don't know if you've had a chance to watch it yet. I'm sure you have. New World have brought out a new video called Cultures and Civilizations. I thought I'll just get that playing in the background, and we can talk a little bit about, I'm actually pretty bad at it. Maybe a little bit behind the lore, and kind of, I'd like to get your thoughts on what Amazon may bring out video content-wise before release, if they will. I don't know if you have any ideas, but I'll leave this in the background. This is a really cool video that, if you guys haven't seen it yet, I'll pop the link in chat shortly, but this is super cool. So obviously over the last month, let's say, on the build up to release, they've released their videos on the different types of mobs that are in the game, the tours of the different settlements and the areas. It's super cool. What do you think about videos like this, Reddy? Do you think they're positive? Do you have any thoughts on them? What do you think?
I think it's cool to kind of hear what they're going for, like as far as like lore and aesthetics, and I'm glad that they covered the Evanscale Reach zone, because I think it's the most like well fleshed out, unique zone that they've done so far. I'm a big, I like the feel that a video game can kind of give you as you're walking through the environment, and it kind of sets the tone for gameplay and everything. And it's just cool to hear the backstory of the team and how, what went into the design, what was influencing them. Obviously that they're, studying the cultures that they're building these zones around. So overall, dude, I thought it was dope. I like stuff like this. We did a lore series for a while on our YouTube channel and got to dive into a lot of this. But I think it's cool to hear like the developer side of all these stories. So.
It's super cool. For me, I don't hate reading. I just don't have the patience for it. So if I can sit and watch a video and see something about the lore and things like that, for me, it's cool, and I love that they've like gone to the effort. The one thing I've always kind of been at the moment slightly disappointed in the Amazon team is that they haven't used Twitch. Something that they own. They haven't come onto Twitch and start to engage with us. They're probably quite scared. We're all a bunch of nutters, I think, on Twitch, so they're probably a bit nervous. But do you think that they should engage a bit more with Twitch and like bring what they're doing here to us live? Do you think they could do something like that in the future?
I mean, I think, so it's interesting because like we've mentioned that in the past, like how they haven't really utilized Twitch as much as we thought they were going to, and then the closed beta happened and we're like, yo, this is exactly what they should be doing. You know what I mean? All the interaction, the like the battle for New World, the drops, everything like that, I thought was like, okay, this is what we thought or had envisioned for New World's integration with Twitch. And yeah, so like I don't know if they utilize it as well as they could. Obviously, I think they're going to continue to learn from like feedback in the community and how all these things are taken. But we'll see. I would be cool for them to have like an official New World Twitch channel that they kind of do all these announcements on, and new videos and stuff like that, so that there could be some sort of chat interaction for sure. Hopefully, we'll get that in the future.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite zone, favorite territory yet? Has anything took your fancy?
Oh man. All right. So I always like lean towards like snow zones or like mountain zones. So Great Cleave is like aesthetically like the snowy mountain and the peaks, and then like you have that contrast with the red of the corruption. Like the Great Cleave is my favorite zone right now, for sure. Especially since like like in the betas in the past, like it's like where you have to grind to level up too. So overall, like I've probably spent the most time in the Great Cleave, but the aesthetics are the best too, I think.
Love it, love it. I mean, what we're watching now on screen is the story that they've brought to life, and you can see how they've envisioned Evan Scale Reach, and it'd be awesome if they start to. We've talked about it briefly on past shows, is that these new zones, new territories that may come out. I would love if they keep doing what they're doing here, where they bring in all this story. Everything's story driven. Everything's like very visual, and it's just stunning. And things like Great Cleave. I'm sure it had. I don't know. I'm sure it has some story behind it, but yeah, I just love it. What they've done here in these videos, they've called this one Cultures and Civilizations. They're just feeding everyone information about Eternum and what it is. I don't know. I think it's super cool. But I would love to see them create something like this and then jump on Twitch and talk about it with us and say, yeah, this is this and this is that, and kind of have a bit of a I don't know, more of an engagement with us guys as a community. But it's super cool. Yeah, it's really, really cool.
Like you said, we're there. It's probably best that they didn't. There would be there's Twitch chat. We love you, but some people can get out of hand, and then I mean, obviously, maybe I think we'll see more after launch. You know what I mean? I think they will set up some official like dev updates or something like that, like with patch notes. How they used to do those in the during the alpha phase. Maybe they'll make those like more of a live discussion or announcement type thing on Twitch in the future.
And sometimes we have a slot free if they wanted to jump on Newer Wednesdays, or I'm sure Newer to go as well.
I mean, yeah. I was making a joke in chat in Discord a couple nights ago. Like I feel like kind of like Russell Westbrook, dude. I just keep like putting up shots to get New World team members on the show, and then I keep bricking the shots. But I'll just keep shooting, because that's what that's in the true spirit of Westbrook. I'm gonna keep shooting the shots.
To be fair, they we've had the official new Play New World in the Discord, in the Twitch chat sometimes, and they just get harassed. They just constantly get harassed. I think Peddler was like, give me a cap, give me a cap, give me a cap. He did get a cap, to be fair. Like they did give him a cap. Ginger Prime, Del Monte, man, thanks so much for your sub, legend. Yeah. Welcome. So what I think we could do is we'll dive into some questions with Red about some more New World questions. So the standard typical question: Syndicate, Marauders, or Covenant? I know the answer, but
yeah.
Let's tell everyone else.
I'm a purple boy. It's pretty well documented, and it may never change, dude. You know what I mean? It goes with the bird theme. It's just in my blood, and yeah, we're sneaky purple boys for sure. Both of us, me and Bordy are. Of course, Taken. He's a complete traitor, and
he's joined the crew, man.
He's a heathen, and yeah, he's on the Marauders with you. But yeah, me and Bordy are syndicate people for sure.
Maybe one day we'll cross paths and have a great, glorious battle. It'll be awesome.
Yeah. On the world servers, yeah. Whenever those come.
Okay, so I'd like to jump back 2 years ago if we can, and I'd love to hear the history and why you originally kind of jumped into New World. What took your fancy when you decided to create, New World to Go and the podcast and everything?
Yeah, so I met BDLG through a game called Crowfall. It came out recently, but it was an up and coming MMO, and me and him ran a pretty decent sized guild in there. Obviously, we've always kind of been, both of us have been Twitch streamers, and we started to build up this guild, and it was a lot of work, and our intentions were to build a community, of course, but Crowfall was just taking a really long time in development. And so we were like, we want to do more than just stream on Twitch together. And so we did start. We kind of hopped over to Elder Scrolls Online, which we started our first podcast there on Elder Scrolls Online, and then we started our website or our group or a team or whatever called StudioLoot. And then we started putting our content and podcasts over there on the website. And then as ESO, we started to get in there. We realized that it had a pretty established community, and we thought it would be cool to if we're gonna start this new thing together and create content together, we should do it in a new game. And New World was one of the ones that was really, really interesting to us, because it wasn't like most traditional MMOs. It had just switched over from a survival PvP game to an actual open world or theme park MMO. And so we started obviously looking into it, doing research, and at that time the game was supposed to come out in 5 or 6 months. So we thought this is the best time to get in. And so we started the podcast. We ended our ESO podcast, and we started New World to Go. And yeah, we've been doing New World to Go ever since. And through the podcast, we met Taken, which is the other guy in StudioLoot. Some would argue the best looking guy in StudioLoot. And so we're dude, we've been together for almost 2 years now, us three, and we've been working on the website, the podcast. We started a YouTube channel this year, and obviously still stream on Twitch occasionally, not as much as we'd like to, but of course September 28th, dude, that's gonna change for sure. So yeah, a New World, dude, it's one of those things that I've never seen the Diablo, Dark Souls, you know what I mean, gothic, eerie MMO pulled off ever. Yeah. And the fact that they were trying that, and also trying to make more of a effort at a more real action combat, I was sold, man, immediately. I'm extremely excited about the game. Obviously you are too. And dude, I really think they've always claimed that we could be playing this game for 10 years, and after the changes they've made since the preview event, I believe it, dude. I'm extremely excited.
Yeah, I mean, that video just there. What a long journey! What a journey that is, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. Just on the topic of this, I know we're kind of going slightly away from New York quickly, but so just so everyone knows, StudioLoot is not necessarily just going to cover New World. It is now, but in future potentially other games as well.
We're gonna stick with New World right now, okay?
Yeah.
This has been a I don't know if
they can't do another one. New World's
2 years that we've worked on it. Yeah, it's we're just gonna stick to New World right now for sure. But obviously, it'll be awesome to cover a game that's actually playable, that we can talk about, that you know what I mean. So we're looking forward to that, and then obviously we'll see what happens in the future. But right now we're 100% around New World.
Awesome. No, that's super cool. No, I think I've heard the journey. I know a bit about the journey, but it's great to really kind of know where you guys have come from. So no, that's cool. All right, back onto New World. Very simple question, mate. Favorite weapon or favorite weapon combo?
Ice Gauntlet. Favorite weapon. And then I know the weapon's not out yet, but Ice Gauntlet, Void Gauntlet is gonna be my, you know what I mean. It's gonna be my jam for sure. I'm a Magic boy. I've always been a Magic boy, and I'll probably always be a Magic boy. So, at launch, I think I'll probably do Ice Gauntlet Rapier or Ice Gauntlet Fire Staff. I haven't decided completely yet. But yeah, Ice Gauntlet's my favorite weapon for sure.
Love it, guys in chat. Let us know what's your favorite weapon, please. Give me a list. Let me know what you're playing. Let me know what you did play.
We do not want to see Ice Staff, or I mean, sorry, Life Staff. None of that. Yeah.
Grags is a big favorite. I think it has some awesome kind of catch up abilities and some really good group combat stuff.
And this is interesting. I think a lot of people thought it was so strong because of that double hit on the, when you took the passive that allowed you to like double hit on your charged heavy.
Yeah.
And the truth is, like, the kit itself is like so good, dude. To have a melee weapon that you can, I mean, with Bloodlust, you get that movement speed by just aiming at somebody is pretty crazy for gap closing and everything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the Great Axe is going to be really strong still at launch for sure.
Warhammer, Bone Spears on board. Spears cool as well. Hatchet, Great Axe Hatchet. Yeah. Kino, anything but the hammer. Yeah, I mean, I as you guys know, I tried running the Great Axe Ice Gauntlet, and like genuinely, I think it could be a really fantastic combo. But early on, it was really tough. Trying to split your points between either intelligence or strength or constitution, and just figuring it out was just like mind-blowing. I just didn't know what to do. So I think that's something for me that you pick up maybe like late game, level 50, level 60, when you've got a lot more kind of points to play with. But yeah, I'll tell you what, that's the first time I've played one of the magic weapons in New World, and it was fun. Like it was fun. I'm bad at it, but I really had fun playing it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the different ways that they can kind of, make builds work if you're reaching across stats. I mean, they already have all the gems that convert your damage into like intellect, but obviously we just saw like the problem that the Amber gem caused with converting things into focus with the life staff. So
yeah,
we'll see if they like venture down maybe like strength converter gems or dexterity converter gems, or maybe in the future we'll see. I just yeah, that can be rough at the low levels, trying to split your stats between two non-constitution statistics.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so we briefly touched on this at the start. Do you have any doubts at this point whether they'll release on the 28th? What are your thoughts? Give me your take on the 28th of September. Is it coming? Isn't it coming? Let us know what you think.
Danny, no, don't do this to me, Danny. But the game's coming out.
We just shouldn't
Danny.
talk about it, right?
Yeah, it's coming out the 28th. I'll hold strong for sure, man.
Come on. I mean, I mean, we won't talk about it too much, right? We don't want to. We just don't want to talk about it too much. But I was so behind them in August, and everyone who came in my stream, I was like, yeah, they're gonna release it in August. It's gonna happen. They can't go back on it now. And then they did it. They went back on me. I was like, no. And I felt betrayed completely. But
I watched the clip. I think your chat like clipped when you were like your actual like real emotions when you heard the delay.
Oh, so
and
sad.
I had a good laugh because you could tell like you were like seriously. It was unbelievable. I really was in the same boat. I didn't think that they would delay after that point because there's so much hype around the closed beta. Like they couldn't have done a better job of putting that event on, and that's why I was convinced like, okay, they're going to just like steamroll into launch. But I'm glad that they didn't, because the armor changes and stuff, having those all done before the game actually launches, I think will be good.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I think it, they've pushed back. They've had like lots of bad press, which I think has been kind of positive because it's reached lots of new audiences and things. But I think right now the game is in a state that you see on the forums. There's always problems. There's always the odd bugs here and there. But the game was so much fun in the open beta, and I don't think anyone had a bad word to say about the game. There was obviously the audio bugs and things like that. There were things that were annoying, but there wasn't, as far as I'm aware, anything that was could be classed as game breaking and delayable and things like that. So
yeah,
I think it was good for them to reinforce the the community with actually the game's looking pretty good, and in such a short period of time we've done so much work. So we're ready for release. I think it was good, man. It was a really good event, and Yeah.
It never ceases to like amaze me how like on top of things they are. Like the fact that they were able to put out such massive patches. I know the client wasn't live through the alpha, but you know the amount of things they were able to change and add to the game in that year period that they delayed. It was incredible, and I'm with you, dude. I think yes, there's bugs, but like I've never played a game at launch or even like years after launch that there isn't some bug in the game. So as long as it's not like everybody gets rich quick or everybody gets to 60 quick, I think it's fine. I think it's ready to go.
Yeah, awesome. I'm looking at chat as well. I think people are happy. People are ready for the 28th. I'm sure there's a few people out. It could be a few more weeks later, but I think in general most of us are.
No, we just
we're
ban
ready.
them, Danny. Ban those people. If they say that, they're banned.
Ban them out, chat. Yeah, get out of here.
28th or bust. Yeah.
Brilliant. So I'd like. I mean, we briefly touched on this earlier. I would love to see Amazon do a bit more with Twitch. Not necessarily jumping on Twitch, but I don't know if you saw in the Battle for New World, they had this super cool extension where people could engage and craft things through chat. I don't know if you had a chance to see that.
Yeah.
But that was wicked. Would you like to see Amazon do more with Twitch and New World? And if you do, what do you think they could do? With Twitch and New World?
Man. I really like the drops. I think that's always like a really cool thing. Hopefully they open that up to more people though. Kind of, you know what I mean? Like more content creators to get the opportunity to give those drops away, not just like the people that are able to prevent the, I like a lot of other games that like just basically allow, like I think ESO does, like allow all content creators as long as you link your Twitch channel to like the, the official ESO drop thing, that you can provide drops to all of your viewers. That way that your viewers can watch you and not have to go like, set an hour in someone else's chat to get a drop and then come back.
Yeah.
So I hope they open up the drops to more content creators for sure. I do like the idea of like the crafting thing is like just like a fun side deal that your viewers can do. That's kind of cool, but I mean, overall, dude, it's kind of hard to imagine how much more they could integrate to Twitch other than the things that they did during the closed beta, which I thought was amazing. Like I said before, I think they did a great job with that system for sure.
I think they turned a few features they were trialing off, and one of them was I don't know if you moused over a player, saw the logo, and I think they were introducing stuff. Not like I think they called it streamer armies, where people could group up together in slightly bigger groups, or if someone likes watching us on Twitch, they could then join us in game and things like that. Did you get a chance to see that, or do you think they'll bring something like that back?
So I'm I watch a lot of Tim. I know he's not on Twitch anymore, so but I watched him back when New World was in beta. He was, and he was like getting swarmed by people, and I could see where like having like your Twitch tag and then like how many viewers you have to be pretty toxic if it's an in-game feature, because the more viewers you get, the more likely people are going to come and find you and destroy you, and it's like I could see where that could be a problem for sure. But it was kind of a cool idea, but I don't know how well it was applicated, because it could get toxic really quickly.
I watched Tim as well. It's not often I was genuinely in tears laughing watching this guy, and his chat, like the voice chat nearby was just horrendous, man. It was so funny. A lot of people hated it. They were like, "Oh, this is horrendous," but I was just laughing like so fucking hard. It was absolutely incredible. But yeah, I too. I would love to see more things like that happen, and I don't know. I'd just like to see more ways to engage with people that not necessarily can play the game right now. They're at work or stuff like that, and we get a chance to play, or time zones differently, that they can engage more with Twitch and Amazon. Like, we won't get into it, but obviously, you just mentioned there, Tim's gone to YouTube, and a lot of people have followed suit. So I think Twitch has its viewer base, and it won't go anywhere for a long time, I don't think. But I would love to see Twitch do more with games and things that somewhere like YouTube just can't do, just to keep Twitch unique and fun, I guess, for the viewers and the players, themselves.
Well, I think that's what's so interesting about New World is the fact that Amazon Gaming Studios obviously making the game, and this will be correct me if I'm wrong, the first game that's actually like made by Amazon in this capacity. Obviously, I know that there were some other games like Crucible that were made, but the thing is like I think on the scale that New World is going to reach, it's going to be crazy to see what they can do with a game that they made and the platform that they use to promote the game, which is like I think most people will admit like Twitch. What Twitch can do for a game is like literally I think the most powerful tool of advertisement in gaming. So we'll see what happens, dude. It could get crazy. I'm excited to see if and what they will add.
Hopefully more. What they've done so far is great, and let's see where that journey goes. So, guys, if you're listening, give us some more cool stuff for Twitch, please.
1 billion concurrent players, dude. Let's go. let's get New World there.
So we'll I want to ask you a question about another game. So, as we all know, WoW has been the leader forever, in the MMO world, and even if you don't play it, you know what it is. I was actually seeing it in real life. There was big billboards, where I live in the town, and it was, WoW was and is still, fantastic. Do you think we will see more people coming over from WoW and trying New World? And what do you? Do you think we'll start to see that community of WoW looking at New World as a potential new home for them?
Absolutely. And I've always kind of thought this because I've been in the MMO community for a long time, and everybody talks about, for like however many years, like 20 years, people have been talking about like the WoW killer, or what's going to kill WoW. Like, what's the big game that's going to kind of take the place of like the top MMO. And I've always thought that WoW was going to be the WoW killer. Like, eventually WoW was going to make the choices that lead to the downfall of World of Warcraft. And I think we're
pirates.
I think we're in that era where WoW has started to kind of devour itself and take advantage of its own player base because of the loyalty that they've shown in the past. I think they've kind of leaned on that, thinking that we can basically do anything and people will support us. And now, obviously, there's some exterior things going on as well that make WoW a little bit less, desirable to play. I think New World is launching in like one of the, if not the most perfect windows in MMO history to kind of bring out a game like this. Because I do think the WoW players are looking for other games. I think a lot of them have migrated over to like Final Fantasy 14 and ESO, and I think New World being a brand new MMO, I think that they have to take a serious look at that as well. And I will say this, dude, there's hardly any other experience in gaming better than getting in on the ground floor of an MMO, man. It's something I think a lot of people look for.
Yeah, the start of an MMO is amazing. I think Elsa's here. Definitely lots of people. It's a big contender for WoW. Frankie said not just WoW. Obviously, lots of other games too. Absolutely. But Mean makes a great comment here. Definitely, people will check it out. Definitely, but he doesn't think PvE players, like people that just PvE, will stick around.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Do you think New World will bring more PvE content for us?
Yeah, so this is something I've thought, since they made the switch to like a more like theme park MMO, and this is something like I also want as a player because I have enjoyed raiding in the past. I think it's like always the pinnacle of PvE experiences in MMOs is like some sort of organized large group PvE or like raid, and I think that they do need to eventually establish some sort of like next level rating system, something that we've never experienced before. And I always like, I know this isn't like your traditional MMO, but Destiny and Destiny 2, the rating in that changed the way I always like I've looked at rating in video games, that like that big like large group PvE experience. And I hope that New World can kind of pull that off in a more traditional MMO stance. It's something that just completely takes us away from anything we've ever experienced in raiding before. And I think they can do that with the systems they have in place. So hopefully they can pull that off. But yeah, I do think to hold the PvE people over here, they got to have some sort of in-game raiding experience.
Do you think? I mean, obviously okay. So there was talks that expeditions will have a kind of level. You could choose to go in hard or you can choose to go in normal, for argument's sake. Do you think that will suffice, or do you think we need 20-man dungeons, 20-man expeditions? Sorry, not dungeons, expeditions. Do you think we need bigger PvE content like that, or what are your thoughts on them introducing kind of a level difficulty, and is that enough, or do we need more?
Nah, we need both. I think reusing the expeditions like in a hard mode, like a max level setting, and having those drops like be scaled up to max level, I think is a really good thing, and I hope that they do end up doing that because of the content's already there. Like, just bring it up to a harder difficulty level, and obviously they have the unique drops, the name drops that are in those expeditions. I think if they're able to bring those all to max level, and that even diversifies the max level gear and combinations that you can use. So I think that's really, really good, and I hope they do that as well. But I also think, dude, they just have to do raids. I don't see them getting around it. I know some people argue like invasions, and maybe they can venture down that path a little bit more. Maybe different, not just the corrupted invasion. Maybe they can have different, maybe lost invasions and stuff like that. They could do stuff like that. But I do think, dude, that they need some sort of like and it doesn't have to be like a month after launch, but I think, I think soon, within maybe a year, they do have to make an announcement or put out some sort of high-level PvE content.
So I've just seen QT dropped a message in there. We've spoken about this probably for in every single episode of New York Wednesday, and we'll carry on talking about it until it happens. What are your thoughts on boats, ships, pirate ships, trading ships? Would you like to see some naval combat or naval adventures coming to New World?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's got to be in the works. I would think, or like plan. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying we're gonna get it like soon, but like, I think eventually, like with the theme of Eternum and it being an island, and there be like how we all got there. It's in like the age of exploring, and I think eventually, maybe if it's just around the island, potentially, maybe we're stuck like within the storm and we can't go outside the island, but we do get to sail like on the coast and stuff. I would think, dude, eventually at some point in the life of New World, we're gonna get naval combat, or maybe not combat, but naval activity for sure.
Yeah, no, we've been, obviously, it suits very well to our community. We loved playing Sea of Thieves. We love, even in arcades they had, the ships. It was awesome. So I think everyone who I speak to, especially within our community, would love to see some sort of ship-based travel or combat. Means there wants this fishing expeditions. People were excited by the idea. Yeah,
I could definitely see some sort of instance naval thing. Yeah, that would for sure work. Yeah,
that'd be awesome. All right. Okay, so some of you guys may know, may not know. I used to love Diablo back in the day. Like, absolutely love it. Obviously, Blizzard's doing Blizzard things and, whatever, but I used to love Diablo. That has, like, piqued my interest in Lost Ark. And obviously with Lost Ark being somewhat the same team as New World, there's crossover there, especially with kind of the content creator side. Do you think Lost Ark will have any impact on New World? And do you think... We'll start with that. Do you think Lost Ark will have an impact on the New World population? And what are your thoughts on that?
So it's tough to say, because I think obviously like the ARPG, like I don't know if you've ever played Path of Exile or
I haven't
obviously
actually,
you said you played Diablo, but that community is I think tied together loosely, but not like exclusively, right? I think people could enjoy both games and then not like, or focus on one another. I don't think they're going to be forced to pick like New World or Lost Ark, but typically the people that lean towards those games are more like Diablo, Path of Exile fans, whereas like I think New World pretty much uh, reaches out to like your MMO or action type games. But dude, I played a lot of Lost Ark. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not. I don't know what's legal and not legal.
We love it.
But no, I used to use a VPN and play on like the Japanese servers.
I mean, people are doing it on Twitch now, so
Yeah, I did it on Twitch because I'm an idiot. But I don't know if it's real or not. But I'm not real. I don't know if it's fine or not. But I love Lost Ark. It's a ton of fun. I didn't get to play with anybody because obviously, I was using a VPN to play it. But I think it'd be a fun game to play with buddies and kind of get in there. And I'm like you, dude. I've played a ton of Diablo 3, Path of Exile. I obviously pre-ordered the remake of Diablo 2. So yeah, I like those games a lot, and I'll be probably playing both. I'll probably do like content for New World, and then maybe Lost Ark will be my fun game to play off stream or something. But I can't imagine them affecting each other too much. And I think Amazon probably knows that because of them bringing both games out consecutively. I think that they probably appeal to different audiences for the most part.
Yeah, it's kind of like different audiences, but same audiences, and then different time. And like you say, you might play a New World for. Well, we'll probably be playing for 6 months straight, and then you might have a few hours on Lost Ark when it releases and things like that. So I'm sure, Vanis has just said there, who we're going to be playing both. I was going to be playing both. I would agree. I have this, same as you, absolute passion for New World, but I would love to jump in to something like Lost Ark. When we probably will never have downtime on New World, but if we ever have some downtime on New World, I'd love to play it and test it and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, I'm definitely gonna check it out. Like I said, I've already played a lot of it, and I had a ton of fun. But it'll be even more fun with friends. So, yeah, dude. I mean, shout out to Greg. He's the community manager for both games. So, we got to support Gregory for sure. And yeah, I'll play some Lost Ark when it comes out, which I think it's been delayed, right? It comes out January now, so.
Yeah, it has been delayed, and I guess that'll become my last formal question for you. Do you think the delay of New World has now been the cause of the delay of Lost Ark?
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, like, maybe. I would think it would be silly to launch 2 games, and especially like how successful New World will be. And how long they've kind of grinded, to get a game out, like Amazon Gaming Studios, to get a game out that can have a significant launch like New World. I don't think they would ever want to launch another game right beside it. So I think it probably has something to do with the delay of Lost Ark for sure. Because, as we know, they're just like, Lost Ark is already basically fleshed out. I know that we're not getting the same exact version that's alive like in the Korean and Japanese and Russian servers, but I think that's probably spot on, Danny. I'll let you said it. How about that? You
it's
said
all
it was
my
delayed
fault.
because of New World. I agree with you.
Vanis agrees too. 100% they delayed it because of New World. We'll blame New World. Sorry, guys, if you're excited for Lost Ark, it's New World's fault. It's our fault.
Hey, man, it's your time. You guys need to wait patiently. Okay, we've been waiting for 2 years.
So that kind of wraps up all my questions I have for Red. Guys in chat, Twitch, please. Hushkin, thank you so much for your prime. Boys, if you have any questions for myself or Red or anything New World focused, fire them in chat. Yeah, that's kind of it. Boys, as you know, I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I am now joining the StudioLoot team. I'm part of their team. I'm going to be creating content with them, for them, together. I'm excited for the journey for the next few months. I'm super stoked, and there's a link below. Please go and check out the studio website. Please go and check out New World Fans website, definitely with the map and the builder, and get that out there. But Red, yeah, thanks, man. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see if any of the boys have got any questions. Oh, first one. Are you ready for the next bait? Shut up, Trinimir. Shut up, man. Get out of here.
Who is that?
Here's a good question. Magic Star-Lord, Red, what's your favorite starting area? What's your favorite starting area?
Oh, man. It's got... Okay, so here... This is going to be like a try-hard answer, but Everfall, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, spawning into, like, the hub of the game, like, that's always, like, a really good advantage, so... yeah, Everfall. But aesthetically, First Light. I would go First Light for sure.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I actually really, I think I spawned in Monarch's Bluff this time around, and as I found Monarch's Bluff to be a town that you could claim quite early on, and not worry too much about conflict. You know, Everfall and First Light are the towns that people want. And as you know, as we know, boys in chat, you know that Everfall is an absolute pain in the ass to keep. You know, it is thrown into conflict every day, every time it can. But Monarch's Bluff, actually, I spawned there, and the PvP missions are far, and they're a real pain to do. But yeah, actually, you know, I kind of fell in love with Monarch's Bluff this time around, and
yeah. See, we controlled Cutlass Keys during the closed beta. And it's another one that's like just a gigantic pain to throw into war and stuff because like it is a higher level zone. So, you know, a lot of the people, like, I guess, you know, people that didn't have the time to level up to those zones, it can be a real pain doing PvP missions there. So yeah, we controlled Cutlass. We liked it. It's got like it's got a pirate theme, dude. You know, maybe you would be into Cutlass.
It's a beautiful place, man. It's like our home. Yeah, we should go there.
So yeah, I mean, I agree with you though. Everfall is going to be a lot of trouble to maintain. That's for sure.
Earl asks, what weapon aside from the ones that have leaked would you love to see come to New World?
Oh man. Let's see. So I'm always, like I said, like a necromancer, like, you know, warlock type person, dude. I would like to see like maybe some sort of like scythe or scythe.
Yeah.
That maybe you can like resurrect the skeleton or lost to like fight beside you. I think that'd be sick. Something like that that allows me to control dead things. I'm 100% for that. So.
Yeah, you're a real magic guy. I remember when we were on your podcast, you were like, "Damn, what would you like? You know, what's your favorite?" And I was like, "No magic. You know, I want one staff, some Gandalf guys running around. The rest is like, you know, everyone fighting Helm's Deep hand-to-hand combat." But yeah, I think you're the opposite to me, man. You like the magic. It's cool. It would be cool to see stuff like that.
I do lean to magic for sure.
Brilliant. Oh, here's a great one. Flaming Yeti, thanks, man. The content on newer fans, especially the map and the database, is brilliant. Shout out to you, boys. What is the plan to ensure the information on there stays current, gets updated before and after release? Is that something you can answer, Red?
Oh, man. Yeah, so, I mean, really, up until this point, obviously, Danneh is our first, like, official person to join the team. I mean, it's just me, BDLG, and Taken doing hard work, basically. That's why you didn't see us during the open beta a ton, and that's why whenever patch notes hit, we'll probably be incognito for a little while until we get those updated. But yeah, we do it manually. Obviously, always looking for people to help out with that. But right now, it's just us three, and yeah, we just get it done. We just update it. We have like a little Google Doc thing, and basically Bordy does. He's like extremely good at that, and I'm not so good at that. So he puts up with me, and you know, I edit YouTube videos and, and all that other stuff. But yeah, we you know, obviously I would those two man, they're like brothers, man, and it's just been a pleasure working with them, and so shout out to them real quick before, and then delete the VOD. Immediately after
It's never happened. It's never happened.
Delete the VOD, but yeah, I'm very grateful for those two. So
on the topic of the guys, we actually have Taken coming on New Wednesday next week, so we can ask a lot of some more techie questions, stuff that you know, we may be able to get the answers to. So anything like that, boys, come back next week for sure.
Yo, you guys might set the record for like best hair in a podcast. With you two on the same screen, you know, you might get some sort of like award, like podcasting award for that.
This is better than what we're doing, Red. Yeah, he comes with another good question, actually. Now I'm on the team. Do you have any plans, or how are you going to put me to work? What do you have in store for me? Of course we
do. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you know, obviously you're a great streamer, so we're going to utilize you in that aspect for sure. But also, you know, Danneh, and I've obviously watched a ton of your streams, man. But you're a great leader, like in sieges and in open world PvP, like large group PvP. So obviously, we have plans for Danneh to do some content over there on the website over at newworldfans.com. You know, to help other people who are interested in like leading sieges and defending their territory and attacking a territory and stuff. So we're excited to have Danneh over there doing that kind of stuff as well.
I'll have to give all the credit to my team, boys. They carry me through this. I just stand there and try and look cool and not die. That's all I do.
Yeah, and yell, dude. That's the best
Shout
part.
out to the boys.
Yeah. That's how you know. That's how you know you're right, is if you yell really loud, and then and then you know. That's how you're a good leader, boys. If you have any doubt, turn up your microphone volume to 100 and yell as loud as you can. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. All right, boys. Banana, thanks for redeeming that. I'll make sure I get that in there. Red, thank you so much for joining me, dude. I think we're going to head over. I found a fellow New Worlder who was on the show last week. You guys are all big fans of him now. He is an absolute legend. Future Troy. Please join me on a raid with Troy, and let's blow up his chat and show some real New World community love. But yeah, Reds, do you want to say anything? Do you want to close off? Do you want to finish up the show with a nice message to the boys?
Dude, Danneh, it's great to have you on, man. And I'm glad we got to announce it on your show on New World Wednesdays. I think that's dope. Obviously, check out newworldfans.com and check out our podcast, New World to Go. It's available on all podcasting platforms and obviously our YouTube channel. And Danneh, thanks for having me on, dude. It's good to return the favor, and dude, I look forward to working with you, brother.
Absolute pleasure, man. Sorry for the rocky start. It's just how it goes. No, it's a pleasure. Boys in Twitch,
yeah, I understand. 100%.
Red's Twitch is in chat. Please drop on a follow, drop over and drop a follow his way. And yeah, let's head over to Troy now and send some real love his way. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Red, thanks again, bro. I'll see you guys soon.